Guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. Today's video I thought I would do a quick one on how to start your own YouTube channel. So I thought, why not share with you guys how I've kind of gone through my journey of filming, equipment, editing, all of that stuff in the past year. I also decided to switch my camera angle a little bit so those giant black line thingies from my mirror are not on show, because I feel like when I watch my videos back when I'm editing, they're quite distracting. So hopefully this looks a bit more, I don't know, calming and doesn't attract too much attention. Don't mind the little octopus and stuff, but yeah, I thought I'd change the angle a little bit and tell you guys about what you need if you want to start a YouTube channel. Okay, so I might go through it in like steps, like step by step. So quick background. I wanted to start my YouTube channel maybe when I was like 24, so like a good 3 years ago. Back then I was obviously living at home with my parents and my family, and my room was not the easiest to film in, so I tried to film a few videos either downstairs or in my room. The lighting was off, the walls are so thin, like it just didn't work out. So I just thought, you know what, I'm not gonna do it and I'll just leave it. But in hindsight, they were all just excuses. Like honestly, I could have made it work. I bought myself a ring light and everything that had like a little tripod setting thing, so I could have made it work. I think I was just making excuses for myself to kind of procrastinate starting my channel. So just know that tip number 1 is no space is a bad space to film. Even if you have to just, you know, find a tiny little corner in your room where it's just a blank wall, that's good enough. Like you do not need a whole area set up like solely for filming and stuff. You just need maybe a blank wall or somewhere with a semi-tidy background. So that's tip number 1. Don't make excuses and be like, oh no, I don't have the right setup, I don't have a good background, blah blah blah. They're excuses. Take it from me. For me, there are excuses, so I know for you guys there are excuses too, so don't let that put you off. Tip number 2 is lighting is quite important. So if you don't have somewhere where you can film where you've got natural light coming in, then just get a ring light. Like on TikTok these days, you can even get these mini ones that have a little phone holder as well. I'll link some down below for you guys if you want to see, you know, check out what different ones there are. I'll link a few different ones for you guys. If you've got a small space, use the stand ones that you can put on a table and it's got like a tiny ring light. If you've got bigger space, maybe invest in a bigger ring light. So I've got a bigger ring light from Neewer. I got that on Amazon like 4 or 5 years ago, and it's a standing one and it's huge, it's dimmable and stuff. So I'll link down below in the description for you guys that specific one. They're not that expensive. So yeah, lighting is a little bit important. If you do have somewhere where you've got good daylight, try to film in the day with your curtains open and stuff like that, so you can use the natural daylight and take advantage of that. What I'll do as well is I'll show you guys what my setup right now looks like. I could do without what I've got here as well. I could just use my ring light. So I'll show you guys that in a little bit. Tip number 3. So you do not need an expensive camera to film. I bought a £400 camera. I think it was the Sony A600 I bought, and I filmed on that, but guess where that is now? Up in the cupboard, stored away. I literally do not use it. I film on my phone. So you do not need to buy an expensive camera with all this extra equipment. You can just film on your phone. The latest phones have really good sound quality and really good camera system, so you don't actually need anything more. A lot of the settings on the camera on your phone these days are quite advanced. So I have the iPhone XS, so it allows me to film in 4K if I want to, which I don't do because I don't think it's necessary. But there's so many ways you can adapt your camera to work for you from just your phone. So don't buy an expensive camera. You can film using your back camera, you can film using your front camera. I usually film using my front camera so I can kind of see my surroundings and see what I look like when I film. Obviously the back camera quality is a little bit better, but I choose not to use it, but you have the option, so start with your phone. Tip number 4, I would say get yourself a tripod. It doesn't have to be like a really fancy extendable one. It can just be one that you just put on a table. A tripod is very important, I feel like, because if you want to, I mean, you can lean your phone and stuff on books or boxes and things, but it's going to be a little bit difficult for you to always get that same frame from using boxes, because you obviously take them down and then when you film you put it back. But yeah, anyways, so yeah, get yourself a tripod. They're not very expensive and they're very useful. So that is one thing I would say you should buy. So far the only thing you really need to buy is good lighting if you don't have one, and a tripod. 2 things, that's all you need so far. Oh, another tip guys is maybe make an outline of what you want to say in each video, because a lot of times I realize that I just waffle and that's not fun for you guys to listen to. So I feel like making a little outline on a piece of paper of things that you want to mention in a chronological order will keep your videos more concise and stop you from waffling all the time, which is something that I'm guilty of myself. So that is a good tip. If you know you want to start a channel but you don't know how to film it or what to do when you film, just make yourself a little plan that you can just leave next to you, that you can like peek at whilst you're filming, or pause and look at, and just so it helps you keep all your ideas down and conveyed as well. So you make sure you say everything that you want to say and stay organized. So yeah, I think I've lost count of all the tips. So yeah, I should have made an outline. Other than that, I will show you a few gadgets that I've bought. This is the mic that I bought. I don't know if you guys can see it properly. So it's got the little sound noise cancellation little fuzzy thing on it too, but you can remove it. So I got this, and you can attach it to your phone basically, and you can attach it to your camera. If you already have a camera, obviously use your camera if you want to, but if you find it's a little bit complicated, then just use your phone, it's easier. I haven't tried it out just yet, so I'll probably use it on my next video or the one after that where I'm doing a sit down video. And this cost me like £22 or £24 I think for this. I'll link it down in the description box for you guys below. But again, if you're just starting, this isn't really necessary. Like I said, like phone mics and stuff are usually quite good. That's all I've been using for the past year. This only arrived like 3 days ago, so I haven't even really played around with it yet. But things like that can just enhance the video quality a little bit more if you did want to spend some money, but you honestly don't have to. What I'll do as well, let me just flip my camera around so I can show you guys what it looks like on the other side, so you can see my lighting and like what tripod I use and stuff. Okay guys, so this is my lighting setup. So if you've watched my vanity tour, you would know that I have a Hollywood mirror on my vanity. It is a dimmable one, but you don't need this to film a video. I have this as part of my vanity rather than for filming. I use it for filming because obviously it's there and it's good, but you can just use a normal ring light. So yeah, something with bright lights. Even if I didn't have this, my window is right behind me, a massive bay window, so I could open the blinds and just use the natural daylight coming in. As you can see, this is my tripod. So it is extendable. It has got these little things, which if you open it out, I'll just show you that. If you open it out, there you can extend it and then you can push it back and clip it in. So it's an extendable one, but you don't really need an extendable one if you want to just get a really cheap basic one that you know you can put on a tabletop. I'll link this one down in the description box for you guys below as well, so you can see exactly which one it is. And then you can just see I've got my phone just on the little thing for it, and that's all I use. Literally, this is it. So that was my setup, you guys. Don't feel like you have to spend so much money on that kind of stuff, even for vlogging. So if you want to start by doing vlogs and stuff on your channel, you can just use the tripod like I've got, or like a smaller GorillaPod as well, which are a bit more user-friendly because they're a bit more handheld size. You can use that. Again, they're really cheap to get. Another gadget that I bought recently is the Gimbal. So this is the one that I got, the iSteadyX. So a gimbal is sort of, you can't really see here, but I'll show you the actual thing, which is this little device here. It's literally so cool, you guys. So it's really lightweight, really tiny handheld device. So you unlock all of the sections and you can see it moves very freely around. and then it also has like a button system here, so the switching between camera and filming, zoom, and like a toggle to kind of change what your view is. But when you attach your phone in here and you turn on the app, then it kind of stabilizes. So if you do want to vlog and you want to take you already vlog and you want to take your vlogs to the next level, then investing in something like this would be really good, because when you're filming while you're walking, it kind of balances and stabilizes your phone, if that's what you're using to film, or your camera, whatever it is, and it doesn't look choppy and shaky. This also has like a detachable little thing here where you can set it down as well, but you can take this whole thing off. It just unscrews. So this is if you want to take it to the next level and you do want to spend some money. This, I would say, is quite a pricey investment. I've only bought this like the other day when I booked the mic, because I thought, you know what, I want to get into vlogging a little bit more. Then now lockdown's here and can't really go anywhere, so you can't really vlog much anyway. But as soon as everything opens back, I think what me and Inam are going to do is we're going to try start vlogging some more. So this cost us a good 80 quid. So this was probably the most expensive thing that I bought recently to enhance my videos, but it's not necessary. We've vlogged when we've gone to Paris and we literally just used a GorillaPod. All these things are just added extras just to enhance the video. It's not something that is a must to be able to create a video in the first place. So if you are thinking about starting your own YouTube channel, then just bear those 4 things in mind. You just need either a plain wall or a tidy background. You need good lighting, so daylight works. If you can do it in a place where you've got daylight, that's absolutely fine. You don't need anything more. Just use your phone. You don't need to invest in those giant DSLRs, because it's really difficult to use, especially if you're starting out new. It's just very overwhelming to use new equipment and to start posting videos online. So just stick with something that you know, which is your own phone. Yeah, and then other than that, what else was there? Just get a tripod. Okay, moving on to editing now. So for editing, I have a MacBook, so I use iMovie, which is completely free. So if you've got a MacBook, then make use of iMovie. It's very user-friendly and it's very simple to use. If you don't have a MacBook, but you have an iPhone, get iMovie on your phone. iMovie comes as a free app, you just download it, so you can edit your video on your phone. You don't need a MacBook. If you have Android, I will try to look into it and let you know in the description box, but I honestly have no clue. So yeah, iMovie is the cheapest and most effective and simple way to edit your videos. I know a lot of big YouTubers still use iMovie as well, so don't feel like you have to pay for things like Final Cut Pro or any of those bigger softwares, because you don't actually need them. So yeah, that's what I would say for editing. When it comes to things like thumbnails, I literally take a video of whatever I want my thumbnail to be. So if I want my thumbnail to be holding this gimbal, I'll take a video holding the gimbal in different poses, and then I upload that onto my MacBook, or I go through it on my phone and I just screenshot from that, or you just take a picture as what you'd want for your thumbnail. When it comes to editing the thumbnail, literally when you first start off, just use your phone and like apps on your phone to edit your picture, and then you can use websites like Canva and Pixlr. I'll link those down below, to add like writing or emojis or pictures or whatever you want around the sides. And always make sure you have massive writing so people can see, not too many words, but like a massive phrase or a keyword or something, so the audience can tell from your thumbnail what your video could be about. So I think that's it for thumbnails. They're quite easy. The next thing, oh actually I should have mentioned this first. So when you set up your YouTube channel, you want to create a channel art, which is your banner on the top, and you want a nice intro or outro. So with intros and outros, they are quite easy to do on iMovie again, or you can use, if you've got a MacBook, you can use Keynote. If you've got an iPhone, you can also use Keynote. It's like PowerPoint basically. So you can use that to create a little intro, and you can add music onto it and stuff like that. The hardest part though is creating the channel art, the banner. So that is quite a tricky thing to do. I would say the easiest way is probably on Paint. I know it sounds silly, but literally if you have Paint, which normal laptops have, and MacBooks, you can download Paint for free as well. If you go onto Paint, first of all, get a template of the YouTube banner dimensions from Google, save it, and then put that into your Paint document, and then find a background that you want to use. Again, a picture from YouTube, from Google is fine, or if you've taken a nice picture on holiday or whatever you want it to be, just upload that as an image onto that Paint document, and then use the guidelines from that template to put your writing or your picture or your whatever you want it to be. And that is probably the easiest way to create a channel art, because the hardest part about it is the dimensions and being able to upload it with the correct dimensions for desktop, mobile, and like tablet, whatever use. So yeah, channel art is the hardest part, but use Paint for that, and everybody has access to Paint. So again, that shouldn't be something that stops you from making your channel. Even if it's something as basic as it just says your name, then that's enough. Like, you can just do your name in bold writing and whatever and use that as your channel art. And you can do the same thing for your intro and outro. You can have your name just slide in and then your name just slide out at the end. So yeah, don't let those things stop you from starting your channel or put you off from starting your channel. Final thing that I want to say is, sounds funny, but nobody is really watching the first few videos apart from your family and your friends. So this piece of advice is one that my sister and my best friend gave to me. They're like, who's even watching your channel? Who's even watching your videos? Why does it need to be so perfect? It doesn't need to be well articulated or any of that, because it's just us watching it. There's no giant audience watching and judging what you're doing and being like, oh no, look, she has a towel in the background, or she has, I don't know, whatever, a coat hanging on from the hanger or something. Nobody's looking at that. Nobody's even watching. So yeah, my biggest thing when I started my channel was, how am I gonna, like, what are people gonna think? Oh, I don't have a nice room, or this or that, like excuses. They were literally both like, it's your aunties and your parents and your siblings and your friends who are watching your first bunch of videos anyway. Nobody starts off with their channel being absolutely A1 and crisp and this and that, because as your channel grows, you'll find little things and little hacks and little, maybe small little gadgets that you want to add to just enhance your video, and over time your video quality will improve. So don't stress about the fact that, oh, this isn't perfect, or this is here or that's there. Like, it's your friends and family who are watching at the beginning anyway, and they're going to support you regardless. So yeah, that is my final tip, which was tip number 7, tip number 8, I don't know, lost count. So yeah, all the information I will link for you guys down in the description box below, including all the stuff that I've bought and use for my filming. Obviously not my phone, but tripod, mic, ring light, gimbal, if you want to know where that's from as well. I'll try and find a link to a small ring light which has got the desk stand, which I see on TikTok all the time. I'm sure you guys have seen it too, but if you haven't, I'll link that down in the description box below for you too. I'll write down for you the apps that I use to edit my thumbnails and iMovie, Keynote, that kind of stuff. I'll write that down for you as well. So yeah, I hope you guys found this video helpful, to say the least. If you're thinking about starting a channel, then I hope this has inspired you to just do it, because that is the biggest thing you can do, is just do it. Just film it, edit it. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect editing. Just put it out there, like, just post it. Once you post your first video, you realize it's not that scary. If it's something that you want to do or you've thought about doing, whether it's about food or fashion or gaming or whatever your channel is about, just post that first video, because that's all it takes. Let me know in the comment section below if there's any other tips you want to know. Other than that, like if you haven't already, subscribe if you haven't already, and yeah, stay tuned for more videos. Bye!